Hi, I'm Glo and welcome to Glo's Kindred Kitchen. Today I'm going to be making a potato casserole for dinner for tomorrow. This recipe turns out really well, especially if you do it the day before. And not only does it help you the day before, but it seasons overnight in the refrigerator. So I really wanted to share this with you because it's so easy. And it's also one of those that you can do with leftover mashed potatoes as well. So the first thing is I have my oven preheating to 375, and I'm going to put this bacon in my oven to cook. It'll probably take about 25 minutes. And I peeled my potatoes. I have approximately 12 here. Half of them are red potatoes and the other half is Idaho potatoes. You can use whatever potatoes you want. I have found over the years though, if I mix my potatoes, the varieties, together, the dish turns out much better. So let me go ahead and put this in the oven and I'll be right back and we're going to season our potatoes to cook. Well, my bacon's in the oven cooking, and remember when you're using a glass dish like I am, I'm using a Corningware dish, make sure that you turn your temperature down about 25 degrees because it'll cook a little hotter. That's just a rule of thumb that I was taught by my mother years and years ago. So, and it works for me, so I hope it works for you. So the next thing I'm going to do is my potatoes came to a boil. I turned them down now to medium low, and they'll continue to cook like this. You don't need to have them in a raging boil by any means. I'm putting a half of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and then I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of onion powder. By doing this, it's going to season your potatoes as they're cooking. And that's probably a good teaspoon, maybe it's about a teaspoon of iodized sea salt. And I'm just going to kind of stir that up. And I'm going to add 2 bay leaves. There we go, 1, 2. Let me just kind of push them down in there. Bay leaves add so much flavor to mashed potatoes. I love to put them in, even when I'm doing them with gravy, you know, to put gravy over the top. Always think about your dishes that you're preparing, what would enhance them as you're cooking your potatoes. You can put that in there. So anyway, I'm going to let this cook, and this will take a good half hour to cook. And I'll be back, and then we're going to go on to the next step. Well, I just took the bacon out of the oven. Doesn't that look beautiful?
Looks really good.
And I didn't even turn it. So cooking bacon in the oven is just one of those super easy things to do. And it always turns out good. It will not disappoint you. There we go. So I'm going to leave this bacon grease in here to just cool a little. I will leave some of this in here. I will finish basting around this dish as well with the bacon grease. Reason why, that's going to add flavor to the potatoes for the casserole. So anyway, I'm going to move this stuff around so we have more room, and I'll be back because look here, look at these potatoes. They are done. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to drain these this potato water into the jar. I always save my potato water. It's amazing what you can use this for. There. So I'm going to bring it back over to my stove. And Richard, if you can come back on around, we'll get on to the next step.
Okay.
So, I'm going to try and find my bay leaves. Here's one of them. I turned off my burner. See how tender these are, you guys? And I cut my potatoes into half circles. So you know how I did it for these. And they're all about the same size. Here's the other bay leaf. Those you cannot eat, and that's why I try to find them. So now while this is still hot, we're going to add butter and sour cream. This butter is at room temperature. I'm going to do about 6 tablespoons. I think that's probably enough. There we go. And then let's get some sour cream going here too. So this container is a 16-ounce container. And usually I put anywhere from like a half of a cup to 3/4 of a cup. And I'm just going to kind of eye it. So that's probably like 3/4 of a cup, I would say. Took some of it back. So I'm going to put the lid on. And I'm going to let the butter and the sour cream just kind of settle in there and melt into it. And in the meantime, I'm going to heat up some whole milk in my microwave. And we're going to use that as well. These are going to be so creamy and flavorful. See you back in a few minutes. Well, I've got everything ready to go here. So you can't even see the butter now because it's melted down there. And look how that sour cream is going. It's going to be so good, you guys. So I've got my old-fashioned potato masher here. I love this thing. And I'm just going to start mashing the potatoes. So see how I do that? So I'm going to continue to do that, and I'll be back in just a couple minutes. This doesn't take long at all. And then we're going to be adding the milk next. Okay, so now I'm taking my warm milk that I heated up in the microwave. It's like lukewarm. And I have found by using warm milk instead of cold milk, it makes your potatoes much creamier. So I'm going to go ahead and add about half, oh actually that's about 3/4 of it. And that's about a cup.
Why is that, Ms. Claus?
Between 3/4 and a cup of milk here that I've heated up. You know, I'm not really sure. I think it's probably because it's more at the same temperature as the potatoes and then they don't become like paste. It's the only thing I can think of.
Precisely.
And it's okay to leave them so that they have little chunks in it. That's kind of like a surprise as you're eating them if you want to do that. Or you can make them super, super creamy. And if you want them really creamy, then you can get your mixer out and whip them up that way. But I don't see the sense in that for this. Go ahead and add the rest. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to have soup. No, I won't. You want your potatoes very creamy. I might even add a little bit more. Because you got to remember, these are going to set up overnight as well in the refrigerator. In fact, I'm going to get some more milk and I'm going to add some more. I want them really creamy. So I'll be right back and I'm going to warm up some more for us. Okay, so I warmed up some more milk. I'm going to add about half of it here. I warmed up probably about a half a cup more. And you're probably looking at this going, oh, she's added too much. If you guys ever added too much to your potatoes and you had them like soup, I have when I was younger. And or if you're in a hurry, it's easy to have happen as well. So I can see why you would be saying that.
Well, then just get a straw out of the drawer.
I'm going to add a little bit more.
I'm shocked.
But it's amazing how just a little bit will make all the difference in the world. See how as I'm mixing it, it's getting creamier and creamier?
So creamy, so creamy.
So I would say I've probably added an easy 1.25 cups here of whole milk. Because this is a 10-ounce cup, that's how I know. Okay, I'm going to take a taste of this and see if it needs in. This was the fork that I used to check to see if the potatoes were tender and stuff. They're good. I'm going to get some pepper now. I'm going to get some black pepper and white pepper. So I'll be right back and we're going to try it with that. Okay, so here's my black pepper, and that's probably a shy quarter of a teaspoon. And white pepper, if you've never used it, try it. It has a little bit sweeter flavor to it, and it does add a nice flavor to your potatoes or any dish. It goes great with eggs as well. So I'm going to mix that up. I'm not going to add additional salt to this, reason being, I got the bacon going on, and I also have the cheese going on. So that's why I'm not doing that. You don't want to get it too salty. People can always add it, but you can't take it away. Okay, now I think I see that little bit of milk I got left in there.
Yes.
I'm going to add that.
Okay.
No sense wasting.
Not too much.
These are going to be so creamy. Yummy, yum, yum. Don't those look good?
They do look good.
Yep, so I'm going to sample it now. I got a clean fork. That's what it needed. Between the 2 different peppers and that little bit of additional milk. So there was 10 ounces total of the whole milk that went in here. It is excellent. I must say so. So this is cool. And I ended up not even draining this. Let me show you. This bacon was pretty lean. And I've greased around here with my basting brush. There's hardly any grease down in here at all. What grease there is, it's going to be adding flavor to these potatoes. So let me get a spoon here. Just get that over here. Don't need that anymore. Let's make some room. Let's see, I'm going to have to turn it this way, you guys. I'm sorry.
No problemo.
And this dish is like the perfect size.
Yes.
I'm sorry for turning this away from you guys. Okay, so I'm just going to spread it around. It look good. And now I'm going to just let this cool. And then tomorrow, before I put it into the oven, I'm going to bring it out and bring it to room temperature. Then I'm going to sprinkle on the cheese, and we'll be putting a little either green onion or chives on it, along with some parsley. And then we'll also crumble the bacon on top just as it's coming out of the oven. But doesn't this look good? And tomorrow I'm going to be having baked salmon along with this, and a really nice tossed salad. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. Hey, okay, it's the next day and I'm ready to put my mashed potato casserole into the oven. And it was refrigerated overnight, and you can see what it looks like. I got my oven preheated to 300 degrees. That's all it takes. Because everything that we're going to be using from now on is pre-cooked. So I'm going to cover it. And that's one of the reasons I chose this dish, is because I've got a lid and my container, and it's oven proof. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in the oven, and I'll be back in about 30 minutes. It might be 45 minutes, but this feels like it's kind of at room temperature. So And then we're going to garnish it with everything and put it back in the oven so that the cheese melts. See you back. Hi, well, I'm back, and I just pulled this out of the oven, and you can see it's steaming and everything. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some cheese and bacon on here, and we're going to put it back in the oven covered until it melts. Usually when I make this, I use green onions and I mix some into the mashed potatoes, but I didn't have any green onions on hand. So I'm using chives today, and I'm just putting it as a garnish on top. But you can do it so many different ways. One of these times I'll do it for you guys though with the green onions as well. Looks like it needs a little bit more there too. There we go. I'm going to put a little of the bacon on, and then we'll put some more on in a little while. There we go. And then some of the chives, let me just do it this way. Yeah, that's easier. Some of these shakers, they just make it very difficult to shake out. It's all good though. And then we'll put a little bit of this freeze-dried parsley. Regular dried parsley I do not like, but I do like this brand of the freeze-dried parsley. My favorite though is the fresh still.
What brand is it?
This is called Lighthouse.
Where do you get that at?
Of all places, I found this at Walmart. They don't carry a lot of the herbs freeze-dried, but if you find them, they are much better than the regular dried. So anyway, I'm going to put a little bit more of the chives. So I'm going to put the top back on, and we're going to put it back in the oven at 300 degrees. And that'll stay in there until the cheese melts. So I'll be back in a bit. Well, I just took this out of the oven, you guys, and look how beautiful that is. I'm going to go ahead and do a taste test because I need to put my fish in now to bake that I'm making to go with this. But I wanted to sample it first for you guys. So let me just, I'll get a piece of the bacon too. Oh yeah.
Pretty hot.
Yeah. It doesn't stick to the bottom the way I prepare it. So it makes easy cleanup.
Well, that's going to go in the refrigerator later anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's a little hot. This is delicious. Very, very good. Potatoes are super creamy. I've never done it with the chives on top, but I definitely taste the chives. I think I do prefer it though with the green onions. So if you had green onion, by all means I would do that as long as you like onion. But if you're not crazy over onion, the chives is good too. But I really like onion. So, and the cheddar cheese I put on top, it's the medium cheddar cheese. But you could do the sharp, the mild, whatever you want. You could switch it up with different kinds of cheese, like Parmesan, Swiss, whatever you have. Man, I wish you guys were here to try this. What a great dish. Must say so myself. And this is a great dish to use if you have leftover mashed potatoes as well. So anyway, I wanted to show you this fish. I'm not doing a video of it today, but I will do a video here in the next week or so because I'm trying a new recipe. But this is a coho salmon. Got it for $7.99 a pound. Not bad, huh? So anyway.
Good deal.
Yep. So But I promise I will do a video of that coming up here in the next week or so. So anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. I really appreciate all the support that you've given us. And if you have not had an opportunity yet to subscribe to our channel, please consider to do so. We would really appreciate it. Give me a like, a thumbs up. And again, thank you. We'll talk to you later. Bye.